What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Now it's almost time for 2022's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, as we can't believe it's just only on this Sunday. To be honest, right now, SmackDown doesn't have a single match on the card. But what should fans expect for the show? Well, join us now as we look at the most shocking rumors you need to know about Hell in a Cell 2022. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Number 1. Low expectations. There's not really much news about Hell in a Cell other than the WWE's usual half-baked efforts to promote the show. Now, we've seen the WWE throw together a slapdash card only for its superstars to make the most out of things, so it should be entertaining, if not meaningful. Number 2. The new normal. A Hell in a Cell represents the new normal for the WWE, a return to B shows that advance a few storylines but don't seem like a must-see event. So far, there is only one Hell in a Cell match, which shows the WWE seems to be steering away from gimmick pay-per-views where a show focuses on certain matches, Extreme Rules being another show that's gone from mostly stipulation matches to just regular matches. On one hand, this is good as it doesn't paint the WWE's hapless booking time into a corner by booking a Cell match that makes little sense. The Hell in a Cell is supposed to be reserved for the end of the feud, but past Hell in a Cell events have featured Cell matches for the opening of a feud, such as The Fiend vs Seth Rollins at 2019's Hell in a Cell and Sasha Banks vs Bayley at 2020's Hell in a Cell. Now, there are currently two matches that stand out something extra special, the first obviously being a Hell in a Cell match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and the second, to a lesser extent, the triple threat match between Asuka, Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Number 3. 6 matches set in stone. With 6 matches booked for the show, it's unlikely fans will see more than one match added to the show, as 6 seems to be the number the WWE likes to have on its B shows, and the WWE seems to have stopped airing matches on the pre-show. This makes sense because after 60 interminable minutes of Peter Rosenberg, fans will enjoy anything the WWE throws at them on the main show. Number 4. Where are the champions? As mentioned, there seems to be a new normal for the WWE's B shows, and Hell in a Cell demonstrates another standard, the surprising scarcity of championship matches on the so-called premium events. So far, there are just 2 title matches being booked, the Raw Women's Championship and the United States Championship, and based on the rumors making the rounds, the WWE seems to feel the fans are less concerned with championship matches as opposed to matches in general. If this report is accurate, it explains both the WWE's decision to unite its top singles and tag team titles, as well as the lack of title matches at premium events. One title match that seems to be in limbo is the tandem of Shinsuke Nakamura and Riddle challenging undisputed tag team champions the Usos. In true WWE form, the WWE booked a championship contenders match between the two on this week's Raw, but failed to state whether Nakamura and Riddle's disqualification win was good enough to earn them a tag team title match for Sunday. The WWE could clear this up on SmackDown or do what the company's writing team excels at, pretending nothing is happening and keep going with whatever show Mr. McMahon decides on. This also applies to the Intercontinental Championship, as the WWE is steering Ricochet towards a title defense against Gunther. Number 5. Some good signs. Now, despite the scarcity of title matches and other shortcomings, it's encouraging to see the WWE giving quality time to Ezekiel and Mustafa Ali. Whether either star is going to get over is up to the fans and WWE management, but the company deserves credit for taking the time to give both wrestlers an opportunity. Mustafa Ali has always shown potential, but he's never been given a sustained push. As for Elias's brother, he seems to have many of the same skills as his sibling and could take things further than the Drifter ever did. Although Ezekiel doesn't have Elias's guitar or beard, he does have the Ultimate Warrior-esque tassels, which in Vince's mind could be all he needs for a push. Number 6. MJF in WWE. AEW fans expecting to see MJF somehow show up at Hell in a Cell need a serious reality check. While there are rumors that AEW's top heel is being pulled from the road for the next few weeks, either to sell the 10 powerbombs he took from Wardlow at Double or Nothing, or just to give Tony Khan time to fix MJF's problems with AEW, the chances of him showing up are non-existent. Short of the WWE throwing a small fortune at AEW to buy out his contract, it's not going to happen, and it seems very unlikely Tony Khan will give the WWE the benefit of a major debut at a premium event. While there are many unknowns surrounding the MJF situation, him showing up at Hell in a Cell really isn't one of them. Number 7. Surprise returns. Are fans bored with the WWE product? Well, Money in the Bank's move from Allegiant Stadium to a smaller venue has led to talk that the WWE needs to put some major stars on its premium event if it wants fans to shell out the dough for tickets. However, considering how many WWE superstars seem to be taking their summer vacations, it's difficult to think of the promotion not bringing someone back to fill the void left by Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, not to mention the walkout by Naomi and Sasha Banks. The WWE certainly doesn't have any full-time A-listers waiting to return other than Bayley, who should be a welcome addition to Raw, especially to feud with someone on the undercard. Short of the WWE bringing back one of its release stars or calling someone up from NXT, it may seem difficult to think of anyone with game-changing abilities bouncing back to save the WWE slump. Nonetheless, things may not be as dire as they appear, at least in the mind of Mr. McMahon. Number 8. In case of emergency, break glass. While all may be lost, Vince McMahon has his ace in the hole for whenever he feels the WWE needs a shot of adrenaline: Brock Lesnar. While there were rumors Brock might not show up at this year's Money in the Bank, there's a buzz that Vinnie Mac wants Brock back for the show in order to make the show more of a must-see event, as heaven forbid they spend time building up full-time stars to do this. Look for Lesnar to show up at Hell in a Cell and confront Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes. While it remains unknown what storyline will be driving their program, both men have always had good programs together, not to mention a nice new fresh program between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. This is a good way to keep both superstars out of the Undisputed Championship picture but provide the fans with a top tier series to keep them entertained. At number 9, who will join the House of Black? Oh, sorry, we mean the Judgment Day. Edge is having fun with the WWE Universe by teasing that everyone from announcer Corey Graves to Edge's rival AJ Styles is going to join him atop of the mountain of omnipotence, not to be confused with Mount Doom, although Edge is beginning to give off a Sauron-like vibe. Edge, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest have quickly built up momentum as a faction, and the WWE has set the table at Hell in a Cell for another betrayal as Judgment Day battles AJ Styles, Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. Who will stab AJ in the back this time? Finn, Liv, or perhaps even someone else? Believe it or not, there's been talk of Asuka joining Judgment Day, despite Edge seemingly teasing everyone from Corey Graves to Joe Biden joining the group. Now, we talked about how a heel turn for Asuka might help entrench the Empress of Tomorrow in the main event. It's questionable whether Judgment Day needs another female member unless the WWE wants to create another tag team. This would be counterproductive for Rhea Ripley, who's been withering in the tag team division for far too long and done nothing to help Asuka. Fans should keep an eye on an Asuka heel turn during a match against Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Don't be surprised if Asuka utilizes her green mist to edge out Belair, capturing the title and giving the AST a title chase program to keep her busy going into SummerSlam. The top candidates seem to be Finn Balor and Ciampa, but based on the quality of Judgment Day's booking so far, they may even go for something even wilder, perhaps having Liv turn heel or bringing in an outsider such as Corey Graves, who has been teasing an in-ring return for months now. Or it could even be a long-absent superstar such as Paige. In Paige's case, it would depend on whether she could take any bumps, a question that remains unclear despite Paige constantly reminding fans that she's training for a comeback. But there you have it, folks, the most shocking Hell in a Cell 2022 rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.